What do you think is the best way to save money?
Tracking, automating, tracking and automating. That's what I would do.
How do you track and automate?
So I track everything manually because I'm OCD about it. But every expense I log in an app, especially discretionary expenses. So that goes into my spending tracker app, but I've had it since 2014. I've tracked every expense since 2014. And then at the end of every month, I put that into a spreadsheet and I do all my categories. And I just kind of see how the trends go in terms of discretionary spending. And I have a sheet for every year. So 2026, 2025, all the way to 2014. And so that's how I track my expenses. And that's what got me in a great place of saving initially in 2014. I just haven't stopped because it's now a habit.
Do you have any tips or like secrets for saving money that have worked really well for you?
I used to put like cash in an envelope, like on a monthly basis, and just like, like extra cash that I would have, I just put it in an envelope and just kind of put it away and just out of sight, out of mind. And then at the end of 6 months, you look at this envelope and it's got like $800 or $1,000. It's really nice.
Where do you get cash? Like, I just don't see cash.
Bro, I got $600 on me right now. I love cash.
Why do you keep cash?
I don't know. I was always taught that like a gentleman should have cash just for like random opportunities.
The opportunities? I thought you were gonna say like, for like tipping people out or for
yeah. That's what I mean by opportunities, like tipping people out or like.
It's not like cutting a deal somewhere.
No. Or like sometimes you're in Chinatown and they take cash only. Or like last night we went to a taqueria, cash only, right?
And debit.
But still, like I had cash even if we were screwed.
So if someone's dissatisfied with where they're at financially and maybe it's their spending problem, let's say realistically, if you're listening and you're dissatisfied with where you're at financially, let's all agree it's probably a spending problem. 80% of the time it's a spending problem, 20% an income problem.
Sure.
If you're one of these 80%, what would you recommend they use for payments? Should they pay for everything with a credit card, debit card, cash, buy now, pay later? What would you recommend them to pay for things with?
As a blanket statement, debit or cash. That's a blanket statement for everybody. Obviously, everyone's different. I'm not going to say everyone should use a credit card and get that 2% cash back because really, if you have a spending problem, that 2% isn't going to make a big difference, right?
Is this a good strategy? Like, should people employ actually going back and paying in cash?
I mean, if it physically pains you to give that cash up, then yeah. Or debit at least, so that you can't overspend. Yeah.
I tend to agree with that. The studies show that people are more willing to spend money if it's on a credit card than they will be if it's actually with like physical cash or on a debit card.
Or these days it's tap to pay, so it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't even feel like you're spending money. And I've spent, a day's worth of transactions once. I'm like, I don't even remember these because you just
pretty soon it's all going to be AI for spending. You're just going to be able to walk in, take something off the shelf, put it in a cart, walk out. There's going to be no tap to pay. No credit card.
That's what Amazon tried to do. But remember, it was just like people watching the grocery shoppers from like another country.
For now. But eventually it's going to get good enough. I believe it where they're going to make it so seamless. You're just going to look at your statement and be like, how did I spend $800 today? Like what?
Yeah.
But you just like picking things and walking around with them. And then that's it.
The obstacle to spend has drastically decreased. I was in a Uniqlo in Japan. You go and you get this basket, throw a bunch of clothes in, and at checkout, you literally just plop the basket on this thing, like on this saucer, and it reads all of the tags in the basket. And then it's just like, here you go, tap, da-ding, and then you pay. Yep. And I spent like $100. I didn't even need to like get the thing scanned. I didn't need to talk to an attendant. I didn't need to do any of that. I just dropped my basket in the thing. It scanned it immediately, just tapped, walked out.
Yeah, that's great.
It takes like a minute to leave the store after you've picked out your things before you've paid. It's crazy.
So yeah, I would say that cash. Spend with cash.
If people were to walk away from this podcast with one idea, what would it be?
They could categorize every single thing they want to spend money on and add 20% to what they are currently spending on those things. So let's say you put in an Excel spreadsheet, you write down rent, food, transportation, recreation, whatever it is. You have that in column. Add 20% or even up to 50% and just total how much you would need. It's usually a lot less than you would think. And so like that's an experiment that I challenge a lot of people to do, which is like, give me an idea of your annual expenses for your, like not your dream life, but like your target life, like where you would like to be. And then give me basically the same column of your dream life. I want to spend from $3,000 a month in rent to $5,000 a month in rent or $8,000 a month in rent, and do that for every single category. It's usually a lot less than you would think. And I think that helps a lot of people understand like they don't have to swing for the fences or like do the YOLO sports betting in order to get there. They can do it with discipline and investing. And maybe I could take some of that own medicine myself.
How often do you see people trying to look rich?
In San Francisco, not often. In fact, it's the opposite there. You want to look poor. The poorer you look in San Francisco, the richer you are, which is so messed up, but it's absolutely true. Like I've seen some people looking like slobs and they've got like $20 billion.
You know, I saw this funny chart. It was a bell curve, and it said at the left side was just someone looking homeless.
Yeah.
And then it was the guy with the Lambo and the suit. And then it went down to the billionaires, and it was like the homeless again.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a famous tweet. It's like the 5 levels of wealth. And, it's like level 1, you have a Timex. Level 2, you have, I don't know what it is, like an Omega. Level 3, Rolex. Level 4, Patek Philippe. Level 5, Apple Watch. It's like, it's just like that. So I agree.
I think it's such a power move to be able to walk in anywhere with sweatpants and a just kind of raggedy t-shirt.
Yeah, sometimes the sweatpants with the raggedy t-shirt and holes, those guys have a lot.
Why don't you have a raggedy? Do you feel like you're not there yet?
What do you mean, a raggedy t-shirt?
Yeah, the thing that you just said.
You should see, dude, you should see me when I'm not going and filming a podcast. Usually when I'm coming in here, we're filming.
Dude,
and
I've seen you.
Up.
I've seen you before, like when I lived with you. I saw you when you're. I feel like okay.
Yeah,
you do have that
dude,
one.
That's
that
pretty...
one. You know, it's hilarious. Actually, oh man, you're probably not gonna be okay with me doing this, but
to me, I wouldn't be okay.
You're not gonna be okay with me saying or doing this. But we were in LA for an index meeting, and you were reaching to the back of the car to grab something, and your shirt was kind of cropped, and it came up a little bit.
Oh, Macy's gonna hate this.
And your underwear was peeking out from your pants. And your underwear had a
Why are you looking down
gaping
there?
hole about this big on it.
I remember that, yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. And I actually took a picture. So like it's like he was trying to flaunt it because he was, I don't know why he was reaching in the back of the car for as long as he was, but he was. And I was able to get my phone out and take a picture because he had a huge hole in it. And I'm like, dude,
weird
and this is what I said. I literally said, hey, Graham, like, let's be honest, cheap, not frugal. But you are wearing underwear with huge holes in it, dude. What are you? You're
because it's functional. It still works.
It's not functional, bro. It's your naked butt is touching your pants.
Naked butt. It was a hole like this.
It's not. Well, let's refer to the picture, dude. Yeah, it's maybe this big on an iPhone. Like, yeah. So like realistic. And you know what I said? I was like, dude, I'm gonna buy you some new underwear. And so I texted our contractor. I was like, hey, can you run out to like Costco to get some new underwear? They didn't have like extra small or whatever I thought your size would be. So I swear. No, it's not messed up because he is extra. But I did ask. I was like, can you? And I was like, I'll pay for it because I was trying to buy you underwear to show you, like, dude, you should not be wearing underwear with huge holes in it at this point.
Underwear. So he's talking a big game. I never got.
They didn't have an extra small.
Somebody send Graham some underwear.
There's a very specific underwear I like. It's the Kirkland Signature Premium, whatever it is.
I don't want the same one you have, though.
It's not the ones that I personally, took off my body, but
I used to wear holes with shirts with holes in them too, like undershirts, like when I was in high school. And I had a close girlfriend of mine tell me like, that's not cool. I'm like, you can't do that.
And how did that feel?
I was like, thank you.
You were receptive to it.
Yeah, I needed that. Yeah.
Would you wear underwear with holes in it?
No.
And really quick, I gotta say, something that Jack and I have been trying to do a lot more lately is just to remove the annoyances that quietly waste time and energy, because those things add up fast. The thing is, we're always on the go, we're always trying to get to the next thing, so having a cleaner setup and a little more control in your day really goes a long way, and that is exactly why we absolutely love MagBack. The MagBack Elite case is so much more than just a case. It has the finger loop for a secure grip, side grips that feel great, a pinky pillow for comfort, and a built-in kickstand when you need it.
That is all built to make everyday use way better. And it also just comes with a screen protector, so that's one less thing that you have to worry about.
Then they also have their MagBack 3-in-1 home multi-charger that keeps everything clean and ready to go. You drop your phone, AirPods, and Apple Watch on it at night, and by morning, everything is charged in one place. What I really like about this is that it's not just like a mess of wires that looks awful. I don't have to like try to plug and play and which one does what. It's all in one place, and it looks incredibly clean, and it just makes it easy.
I kid you not, Graham and I are genuinely huge fans of MagBack. I use their wallet, I use their phone case, and also on the side of my Tesla screen, I put my phone up there. It is so helpful. Check it out with this footage. I can guarantee if you're on Apple or Android, they have something for you. So if you want to make your setup cleaner and way more efficient, definitely check them out with the link down below, and don't forget to use our code, which is also down below.